Alright, what's going on everyone? This is Matt, Squeaky Clean Air. Today we're going to be talking about plumbing up your manifolds or just plumbing up fittings in general. We happen to have the donor here. This is the Squeaky Clean Air digital manifold. It comes with 4 fittings in the front, so I'm in the process of putting some dot rated compression fittings because I'm going to be running hard lines because I'm working on my trunk setup right now. So just a little bit of a couple tips. When it comes down to sealing your NPT, 1/4 NPT or 3/8 or half, so whatever dimension you need to have, and how to do it cleanly and how to do it nicely. These are sealed, but you wouldn't even know that they're sealed. Why? Because at this particular time, we're not using any white tape or plumber's tape or what's commonly known or the yellow tape, or there's also the pink tape, or you could use the white goop, whatever you like to do in order to seal these fittings. You can, or you should not just take NPT fittings with their bare configuration like that, you know, with the threads, and then just putting them into a threaded sides. For example, this is a threaded side over here, and just locking them up without any sort of a cubo or any kind of a thread sealant, because that way you're going to get leaks, minor tiny little leaks over time, and it's just not going to seal correctly. So what I like to use is the Loctite 545 thread sealant. This thing is pretty expensive. It's not 50 cents as you would get the regular sort of like white plumber's tape to seal. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could use white plumber's seal to seal these fittings, but you're just going to have a whole bunch of white around here on the threads, which just doesn't look as nice and appealing, doesn't look as clean, obviously, as this. And once I mount the manifold, it'll look nice and clean. It'll look, you know, it won't look, it won't look like it's got like the white plumber's tape. So all you got to do is, let me see if I can hold it out with one hand and then do it. This comes with an applicator. So what I usually do is I put a dab of it around like that, somewhat rich. But what's going to happen now is I'm going to take that, I'm going to take it into the threaded manifold port, which happens to be the in, which is the one that's going to have the air coming in from the tank. Just threading it in, threading it out, just so it goes around the threads. You can see it's already starting to deposit, and basically tighten it up. Once I get this thing loosened here, but you get the idea. You tighten it all up, and a lot of these thread sealants, depending on what type, I like to use the Loctite thread sealants. There's 545, 577. There's various ones. They do have a cure time. It sometimes says on here. If it doesn't say on here, then you can find information on the internet in regards to doing it. I believe this cure time is about 20 minutes, but it is movable up to about 5 minutes or 10 minutes, so you can still kind of change it and put it back in. And then what happens is this will actually dry up, and it's almost going to be, it's not invisible thread. This one happens to be, I believe, like a I don't know, like a purplish one of some sort. But if you put it just right at the edge of the threads, it'll thread in and it will literally seal the fitting, and you're gonna have a nice clean finish. So definitely when you're doing some kind of like a beauty, setup, or if you're doing, like a show setup with tanks and stuff like that, this will work for any sort of threaded NPT or something to be a 3/8 fitting. Same idea. You're basically using this in order to seal it, but you don't have to worry about the white tape, and just looks nice and clean, and you're good to go. And obviously follow the specifications on how many turns you need to turn this in order to seal it. I usually do it up until I can't feel any more sort of resistance. Don't over tighten these, obviously, because the fitting's probably not going to break, but the housing of these manifolds might break. Not this particular one in question, because ours are billet, so it's not going to crack. But I'm saying for any other ones, like the Airlift, should be okay, but there's other brands out there that you might do it. So just be careful when you tighten these up, but just do it, with care. And that's pretty much it. But this is a good alternative to using plumber's tape or the white goop. It gives you a nicer, cleaner finish, nice showy finish. And hopefully this helps you guys. And all the best. See you next time.